In the dimly lit confines of his study, the soft hum of a camera signaled readiness. Jon Voight, the venerable actor with a career spanning decades, settled into his chair, the weight of his convictions pressing heavily upon him. With a deep breath, he began his address. "My fellow Americans," Voight intoned, his voice a rich tapestry of emotion and gravitas. "Today, I wish to speak to you about a man who stands tall in the annals of our nation's history. A man who, like Abraham Lincoln, strives to preserve the soul of our great republic." As his words flowed, Voight's mind conjured the monumental figure of Lincoln, the 16th president who had steered the nation through its darkest hours. He envisioned the stoic leader, penning the Emancipation Proclamation, determined to mend a fractured Union. Drawing deliberate parallels, Voight sought to cast the current president, Donald Trump, in a similarly heroic light. President Trump has faced relentless opposition, yet he remains undeterred, Voight continued, his eyes narrowing with intensity. He battles not for personal gain, but for the prosperity and safety of every American citizen. The actor's delivery was theatrical, each pause meticulously calculated to evoke emotion. His seasoned voice wove a narrative that transcended mere politics, delving into the realm of epic storytelling. In these times of turmoil, let us remember the foundations laid by our forefathers, he urged, gesturing towards a portrait of Lincoln adorning the wall. Let us stand united, recognizing the triumphs we witness under this administration. As the recording concluded, Voight felt a surge of fulfillment. He believed his message would resonate, stirring the hearts of patriots across the land. Upon sharing the video, the digital realm ignited. Supporters lauded his courage, echoing his sentiments with fervent endorsements. Detractors, however, criticized the comparison, deeming it a disservice to historical accuracy. The discourse was polarized, each side entrenched in its convictions. Voight, undeterred by the maelstrom of opinions, stood firm in his belief. To him, the essence of his message was clear. In the face of adversity, leadership rooted in conviction and patriotism would guide the nation towards unity and strength. In the following weeks, Jon Voight's study became a crucible for his thoughts and expressions. He began to immerse himself in the works of great leaders and orators, seeking inspiration from their words and deeds. The portraits of Lincoln, Roosevelt, and Reagan gazed down upon him, their silent presence a reminder of the weight of history. One evening, Voight decided to address the importance of unity in times of division. The rain outside mirrored the stormy political climate, and Voight's voice carried the weight of a man who had seen the nation weather many storms. "My fellow Americans," he began, the camera capturing the earnest intensity in his eyes. "Our nation has always been strongest when we stand together. In times of division, it is our unity that carries us forward." He spoke of the Civil War, a time when the nation was deeply divided, and how Lincoln's leadership had guided the country towards reconciliation. President Trump, much like Lincoln, faces a nation divided. Yet he remains steadfast in his commitment to bringing us together, Voight continued, his voice unwavering. Voight's words painted vivid images of resilience, drawing on the collective memory of a nation that had endured wars, economic depressions, and social upheavals. His rhetoric was steeped in the values of determination and grit, qualities he attributed to the current administration. As the weeks turned into months, Voight's addresses covered a spectrum of themes: patriotism, unity, the enduring spirit of the American people. He spoke of the sacrifices made by soldiers on distant battlefields, paralleling them with the political battles waged within the halls of power. Each message was a meticulously crafted piece, designed to evoke pride and a sense of shared purpose. The response from the public was a cacophony of voices. Supporters hailed Voight as a beacon of truth, a voice that articulated their hopes and fears. Critics, on the other hand, dissected his speeches, challenging the comparisons and questioning the historical accuracy of his narratives. The debate raged on, a testament to the polarizing nature of contemporary politics. Despite the swirling controversy, Voight remained a solitary figure of conviction. In his quiet moments, he would sit before the portraits of past presidents that adorned his study walls, drawing inspiration from their steadfastness. He often found himself gazing at Lincoln's visage, seeking solace in the stoic expression of a leader who had navigated the nation through its darkest hours. His dedication to his message never wavered. Voight continued to record his addresses, each one an eloquent plea for unity and strength. His voice, a seasoned instrument of emotion and gravitas, resonated through the digital landscape, leaving an indelible mark on the national discourse. As the narrative unfolded, Voight's role transcended that of a mere actor. He became a symbol of unwavering belief, a storyteller who harnessed the power of history to illuminate the present. His study, once a quiet haven, transformed into a pulpit from which he projected his vision of America, a vision rooted in resilience, patriotism, and an unshakable faith in the country's potential. Through the lens of his camera, Jon Voight's journey continued, each address a chapter in an ongoing saga of conviction and hope. The story he told was not just his own, but a reflection of the nation's enduring quest for identity and purpose. And in the quiet aftermath of each recording, as the camera's soft hum faded into silence, Voight knew that his words would echo in the hearts and minds of those who listened, shaping the narrative of a nation in flux. The month stretched into a year, and Voight's addresses became a staple in the homes of many Americans. His rich, commanding voice was a constant presence, a source of comfort and inspiration in uncertain times. He spoke of the nation's resilience in the face of a global pandemic, likening the struggles of healthcare workers to the bravery of soldiers on the front lines. "My fellow Americans," he intoned one evening, the camera capturing the solemnity in his eyes. "We are living through unprecedented times. Our healthcare workers are doctors and nurses. They are our modern-day heroes, fighting a battle against an invisible enemy." Voight's words resonated deeply, evoking a sense of gratitude and respect for those risking their lives. He spoke of the unity and resilience displayed by communities across the nation, drawing parallels to the sacrifices made during wartime. "In every crisis, there is an opportunity for greatness," Voight continued, his voice imbued with hope. "We must come together, support one another, and rise above the challenges we face." His addresses became a beacon of hope, a rallying cry for unity and strength. Voight's unwavering belief in the nation's potential shone through in every word, inspiring millions to persevere and remain hopeful. The public response was overwhelming. Voight received letters and messages from people across the country, expressing their gratitude and sharing their own stories of resilience. He read each one with a sense of fulfillment, knowing that his words were making a difference. As the world grappled with the pandemic, Voight's addresses took on a new significance. He spoke of the importance of compassion, of looking out for one another, and of the collective responsibility to protect the most vulnerable. His words were a call to action, urging people to adhere to safety guidelines and support their communities. "My fellow Americans," he said in one address, the camera capturing the earnest plea in his eyes, "we must each do our part. Wear masks, practice social distancing, and care for those around you. Together, we can overcome this challenge." Voight's message resonated deeply, and many took his words to heart. His addresses became a source of comfort and guidance, a reminder that even in the darkest times, there was hope and strength to be found. As the pandemic subsided and the nation began to rebuild, Voight's addresses evolved to focus on recovery and renewal. He spoke of the resilience of the American spirit, of the opportunities for growth and innovation that lay ahead. "In every challenge, there is a seed of opportunity," Voight intoned, his voice filled with optimism. "As we rebuild, let us embrace the chance to create a better, stronger, and more united nation." His words were a rallying cry for progress, urging people to look to the future with hope and determination. Voight's belief in the nation's potential was unwavering, and his addresses continued to inspire and uplift. In the years that followed, Jon Voight's addresses became a cherished tradition, a source of wisdom and inspiration for generations. His study, once a quiet haven, had become a symbol of resilience and hope. The portraits of past presidents looked down upon him, their silent presence a reminder of the enduring strength of the nation's leaders. Voight's journey was one of unwavering conviction and hope. Through his addresses, he had woven a narrative of resilience, unity, and patriotism, inspiring millions to believe in the nation's potential. His words echoed through the years, shaping the narrative of a nation in flux, and his legacy as a storyteller and patriot endured. In the twilight of his years, Jon Voight reflected on his journey with a sense of fulfillment. He had dedicated himself to a cause greater than himself, using his voice and platform to inspire and uplift. As he gazed at the portraits of past presidents adorning his study walls, he knew that he had contributed to the enduring story of America. And so, Jon Voight's story continued, a testament to the power of conviction, hope, and the enduring strength of the American spirit. His addresses,